tak dim me tak dim me
These are the interior towns of Tamil Nadu. A visitor to this part of the world would find life here astonishing, as if tuned to a beautiful rhythm. According to Hindus, there is a state of total awareness that is timeless, spaceless, and of indescribable beauty. This state of total bliss, where all confusions vanish, is called Shiva. It is from this state that all creations spring forth. The great Shiva has been idolized in the form Nataraja, the king of dance. He is the presiding deity of Bharatanatyam. His postures hold 1,000 hidden meanings, simultaneously crushing the dwarf of ignorance underfoot, beating the drum of creation, unleashing the fire of destruction, and finally raising one hand in assurance. A few kilometers drive along the coast of Chennai would lead you to this school of Bharatanatyam. Kalaivani spends at least 3 hours a day teaching this eternal art. Here hundreds of students learn Bharatam not just as an art but as a science as well as a religion.
For any art form to flourish, it needs generations of revered patrons. Tamil kings were always renowned patrons of arts, right from the Cholas and Pallavas to the Maratha rulers. In ancient times, the temples built by these kings maintained families of Devdasis to continue the tradition of Bharatanatyam. One particular king here deserves a special mention, King Rajaraja Chola. As a very ambitious person, he unleashed a series of relentless conquests, thus spreading this art form far and wide. And so, we find to this date that the great temples of Ankavat bears the Indian art forms as a testimony of his subjugation of the Southeast Asia. The dance poses on the walls of these temples were brought to life by the Devdasis or the servants of God. Extending this argument, it can even be said that it was they who brought life into the art of Bharatam. Without them, Bharatam would have become non-existent. These Devdasis dedicated their entire lives in serving the temple, come festive occasions, and they danced to please the Lord and the commoners. A Devdasi was married to the Lord himself in a ceremony. Everything that went into a traditional Tamil marriage, flowers, colors, music, celebrations, and emotions went into this. At the end of the ceremony, she was wedded to the god of Bharatanatyam. The earliest references to this exquisite art form are found in the works of the Sangamira, which dates back to the 1st and 2nd century AD. Silapadigaram and Manimegalai, among the other literature, provide elaborate details on stage settings, costumes, time measures, script, and accompaniments. This is Ramalingam, and he's found doing what he loves to do, making sculptures of Shiva. Centuries back, there were hundreds of such Ramalingams who made not just poses of Shiva, but of other Indian gods dancing to the divine music, which stands testimony to an art that has lived the ages. The relationship between a sculptor and his art was like that between a caring mother and a child. He takes utmost care to make every creation of his flawless. Be it the 108 Karnas or the enthralling poses of Shiva, everything was a masterpiece.
Staging her dance or an arangetram is what every dancer aspires for. She knows 1,000 eyes would be watching her closely this day. Be it the mardani for her hands, the glittering ornaments on her, the mai for her beautiful eyes, or the salangai that adorns her legs, everything adds to the glory of the occasion. This is her moment of triumph, and she is ready for it.
यतो दृष्टि ततो मनः यतो मनः ततो भावो यतो भावो ततो रसः. Her performance is not just dance. Even her subtle movement seems to have a greater meaning. As she rolls her eyes in harmony with the lilting music, she holds the audience in her sway. With her artistic motions, she captures a wide range of emotions. Here, the dancer is caught portraying the playful moods of a girl in love, smiling, giggling, mocking, and taunting her lover. She's all grace.